not. Of course, it's 4:07, so I'm gonna start playing. Ah! Ooh! Forgot about these. Sonic 2 didn't have save slots, so I didn't use them, but now we do. So, I feel it's only fair that we again do a no save. Yeah, okay. I know where everything is, I know where most things are. I don't know where a lot of things are, but at least I know nothing about where anything is hidden. Best Sonic special stages. Tonderai is coming so late. Yeah, I probably will be getting all the Chaos Emeralds because I'm probably just that good at the game. My teacher was going to kill me. I don't have a calculator for maths, and you're supposed to. So in the morning before school, I thought that I could just walk to the shop. Shops are like an hour away. So I started to run there. Horrible, like, cramp in my side. It was awful. I genuinely thought I was going to need to stay home. And I just had one of my friends lend me their calculator. Why wouldn't that be the first thing that pops into your mind? You're gonna have to ask someone else. Tails is actively working against me right now. I played a little bit of Sonic CD. It's pretty trash. The controls are bad. I went onto like this thing, that's controls of old retro games, and Sonic the Hedgehog 1 was on there. Sonic beat out Mario that year is because his controls. The momentum-based platforming is what made it, because obviously this is the best version of those controls ever, and the best game of classic Sonic ever. I shouldn't try to defend anything else otherwise, only this game ever, because it's the best one ever. Someone tells you to walk the dog and you go, oh, and they say, oh, suck it up, walk the dog. Just because I went, oh, doesn't mean I'm saying no. It just means, and then I'm gonna go walk the dog. Okay, I'm going to pause and I need to see where Tonderai is. You saw that. He's avoiding me. Oh my god. Oh my god. That guy. The controls aren't working, the controls aren't working, oh. That exactly happened last time. Play the clip. Well, actually, I was kind of expecting him to be here, or else the video was going to be pretty boring, right? You probably don't care about anything I've ever said ever. On the last video, I was talking about movie stuff. I was watching the video, the Sonic 2 playthrough. It's like, oh, the SpongeBob movie. My sister asked me, why don't you watch the SpongeBob movie that much anymore? And then my mum was like, oh, he grew up. Well, the SpongeBob movie is still an actually good movie. I don't know why I haven't watched it in a while. Okay, maybe I should, okay? We used to have, like, family movie nights, and I try to avoid them now. It's not for the family, really. Hey, can we watch this film? And it will be, like, an animated one. And my mum will be like, oh, why do you guys always ask us to watch kids' films? We never once on movie night have watched an animated one, so we're gonna keep asking until we've watched at least once. All I'm saying is be fair, because the movies you're picking are strictly 90s comedies, and some of them aren't even that good. Klaus is one of those amazing movies, but we only ever watched half of it, right? So the next Christmas, watch it again. They were like, didn't we already watch that? And we said, no, you fell asleep halfway through it. They didn't finish it that time either. So if we said, hey, guys, can we watch Klaus? This Christmas, they're going to say, we already watched it twice. What? Come on, guys. I'm gonna stay in my room, because I would just prefer not to go through that. There's one time I asked, hey, can we watch The Incredibles? And you could say, I've seen The Incredibles, because that's what they've said. Have they actually thought about it? You know, because it's kind of like, there are two ways you can watch a film. You can have it on, or you can sit down and you can put away your actual phone and you can be involved and invested. Experience them, and that's the difference between experiencing a film and watching it. When I suggested it, they were like, The Incredibles? And then I genuinely had to get out of there. They are always talking about how they want to be more involved with the stuff I do, and most of it is based on the movies that I like. And when you insult the movies that I like, it makes me realize they're only trying to care to make me feel better. As if good taste isn't subjective, because I could say objectively, Orchestra is more impressive and interesting than the songs that you say are great, but I wouldn't say that. Even though you could make those arguments, and I'm willing to, but you don't actually care. And so they've been like, oh my god, Ryland, these are great. And then I could say something like, hey, want to watch an animated movie? The thing I want to do when I grow up. And they'll be like, what? What? Why do you always want us to watch an animated movie? You like them, so you're biased. If I can describe why I like them, then at the very least I should be able to have that say. See how smooth that was? But then I've also, like, shown, like, my mum wants a picture of the real life Sonic movie, and she's like, and this was the redesign, so it was the good version. She said, oh, looks kind of weird to me. I don't like how he has a bunch of realistic furs. And it's like, so you can admit that there is a stylistic way to use animation better than live action. That really makes me enjoy showing you things. Because I love live action. Dr. Chick is animated, but I now have the challenge of bringing him to live action. There is a sort of escapism to it. I like playing Dr. Chick more than I like playing it as me. I feel like that is a weird way to think about your life, because it could bring some, if you're not feeling happy, happiness. Play your life. Because when I'm Dr. Chick, sitting in the costume and I'm sitting in his seat, nothing but sitting down in my desk chair, in my office job, and I'm thinking, wow, this is really something special. But you wouldn't do that in real life if you were sitting at your office job. I don't have a lot of fun playing other characters like Waterboy. I have a lot of fun playing Secret Man, or Pond Creep, or Aquafriend, or Dr. Chick, or Techno Man. Around with them, and they're not me. Waterboy, there's a little less of that because he's a little bit more of a reflection of me. Now that it's evolved, I kind of feel like I need to evolve that because that's just not going to cut it anymore. Because really, you need to think of his function in the story. Tarantino message is kind of just like, oh, just write the characters, what the characters are, and then just improv the entire thing essentially. And then you can streamline it later. Even I can see that with Fight Club. It's kind of that story feels a lot more structured, and that might be because it was made as a book first. They have the opportunity to be not as streamlined as movies. You would never, on a movie, unless it was important, show a character going to the toilet. Despite the fact that we know that a lot of time passes, and he would inevitably have used the toilet. It's just kind of like books are kind of like that. What does describing what the cup of coffee tastes like do for anything? It's more world building, if anything. Although, of course, there is the voiceover in Fight Club. Oh, isn't that just kind of like the same thing, describing the cup of coffee? It plays alongside the actions of a film. So it's almost like overlaid on top of something that you could just be inferring that information from anyway. Like if a character wakes up in the morning from an alarm clock, and then you see their entire routine, you just kind of get the idea that they're a little bit drowsy. But in a book, you wouldn't do that. You'd have to have, I wake up in the morning, man, I hate Mondays, and I feel a little bit drowsy. All I can know is I really need my cup of coffee today. By the way, it tasted like the best cup of coffee I've ever had. Probably because I slept the latest I had ever. But that takes so much time. Having that narration play over actions of the character kind of dissolve that problem. I get it. In a book, all that stuff helps figure out what the character's personality is and whatever. But in a film, you have to do that too. And unfortunately, Tyler Durden, or the narrator, whichever one you want to call him, is a very complex character. So even that requires that perspective of the body parts. I am Jack's colon. And then throughout the film, he keeps quoting that. I am Jack's broken heart. That's a little character thing that can play alongside whatever acting is actually physically happening. Whether in a book, you'd have to do double that work. You'd have to have, meanwhile, while he was making the expression he was making, he was also thinking, I am Jack's broken heart. It's very interesting. And that's how it's done. I like talking about something and give you valuable information. But I feel like last time I gave you so much more. Now, I almost have nothing screenwriting to talk about. I was telling you all about my things that I've picked up about. And Sonic 3 isn't that great because it doesn't give you anything to think about. And it doesn't really have that much emotion. I don't think No Way Home gives you a lot to think about, but it had a pretty big emotional response, which is why it's still a good movie despite its problems. But the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies are absolutely amazing. They so perfectly tell their message and give you something to apply to your own life, while also keeping the heart of it very real for the characters. I've been messaged. Maybe that's Tonderai. It was just my friend telling me that they always forget that they're subscribed to me. Dr. Chick Rasputin dance showed up on their For You page. I appreciate the subscribe. Wouldn't mind if they didn't watch those. And then being like, oh, sorry, no, I didn't. I'd go, thank you. I have so many opinions about films, but now it's like I've already talked to myself in the quiet about all those. I feel like I've already talked about that, even though I haven't. Let's try talking about Spider-Verse. I feel like I can say anything more that hasn't been said about Spider-Verse. Get some extra input here. I'm going to get Tonderai. Did I get Tonderai?
Do you have any colored paper?
No.
Do you just have any black paper?
No. This is why we should bring back execution law. I went to go get Tonderai and he just isn't showing up. Someone texted the group chat. As I sat back down to finally tell you guys, she comes in and asks me if I have paper. We just moved into this new house. I brought my laptop and bed. Maybe I should start talking about something I know again. I mean, because maybe once the movie comes out, if it ever does when I'm older, cool, he's talking about his masterpiece that won 5 Oscars. Except he's, 37, sorry. Take your pick. Whatever your lucky number is, that is my age. So I am always your lucky guy. Something that you don't like happens to you, and then you have to deal with it. The idea of Super Titans is that instead of something happening to you that you need to learn to like, you must physically make the decision to change something, even though you know you won't like it, and then learn to like it afterwards. So it's almost like a very, can you make the right choices? And I know you could use that criteria against me, like a movie that makes you feel and think. Like, what if I'm watching the B movie? So how dare you, because the B movie is a masterpiece. And a theme, I feel like, shouldn't be, it can't be one word, it has to be a question. Because that's how you can truly explore your themes. Fight Club's question could be, what happens when you put a bunch of depressed, lonely men in a room and let them decide how they're going to fix their problems? You're going to get a lot of angry men agreeing with each other. Bad stuff. The theme becomes a lot more developed once it's a question. Then it should answer that. Every single time that they make the choice that they adapt, they win. Every single time they are told something and they don't adapt, that's when they lose. That's how you can explore a theme like that. And that's how you can make someone think or feel. How do you write all the rest of the characters around your main character? And if you want Blue to pop, what must you surround Blue with? Yellow? Orange? Good choice. If you want Blue to sink in with the crowd, what do? Surround it with what? Purple? Aqua? Blend in. Now what happens when you compare purple to aqua? You get 2 completely different colors, right? Character Blue, and on their left they had purple, and on their right they had aqua. And they have a friend group with those 2 people, and all of a sudden, purple and aqua, they have a fight. Now Blue has to listen to those 2 stories, but because Blue is a type of character who is very influenced by people and what people think of him, he listens to things that Aqua tells him, which alienates Purple, and he listens to things that Purple tells him, which alienates Aqua. Now you have drama. Now what happens when you put red with blue? Almost completely opposite. Well, that's up to you. Me personally, I think it makes Waterboy stand out if the people around him are able to cope. Maybe even not able to understand. The villain is not a red. a complete solar opposite of a blue? What if the villain is also a blue? All these things pose questions, which is how you can involve them in your themes. The thing, characters cannot actually be intricate as people. To make them intricate is to write them in order to convey your themes. Because if you convey your themes well, you can make the question and the themes it explores complex, and you can tell it simply. Even stupid, silly, fun movies have a lot to dissect. So if you think about all the different kinds of characters you can have on a spectrum, and think about how the colors would interact with each other, that can really help. Write your characters around your theme, and write your themes as a question. Wow, Ryland, you're so introspective. You probably know how to write the best story ever. The reason I'm paused here is because I'm scared of this special stage. No, I really don't know. Okay, so essentially all I've done, wasted that because I was too scared to waste that I didn't do anything. The Sonic 2 video turned out surprisingly well. As of right here, I feel like this is going horribly and no amount of editing can even save this. A bunch of cool film stuff. And then the second half was like, oh, a bunch of jokes, fun jokes. That was somehow also kind of genuinely funny. Well, I found it funny. This doesn't seem anything to me. Yes! No! I want a bubble shield. I wanted the electric one. That's why I said yes. Because the electric shield gives you double jump. It's supposed to give you a bigger jump, but like, I don't think so. It just makes me jump as high as I already do. Just makes me jump again. Maybe. Can't seem to. Yeah, baby. For me. For you, probably fun. Ryland's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Now I'm just playing this game. Because I have to. Recent enough in my own memory to be able to talk about it here. He said, hold on. Which means he's coming. Here's what you may not know. From a little place called 714 to 1939 on this video's timeline, I did a little office review because I watched the first, 5 minutes of an episode called The Injury while I waited for Tonderai to call me. It was copyright striked. Instead, I've decided to explain this. All I know is that Tonderai does not want to watch The Office, and this means that he isn't even gonna have to see a snippet of it when he watches this video. So good for him, slimy little butt. Whoa, everybody, look, it's this guy.
Yeah, it's this guy. I don't know. Did you do that? People actually made a successful PC port for Sonic Unleashed. Publish it. What if I'm going to be doing that? I guess if I figure out how to download it.
Oh yeah, it's probably not going to download in the time it takes while I play this game. Classic.
How long will it take you to play? How long will it take you to play Sonic 3 Knuckles?
I'm at Ice Cap Zone, so
How about you restart?
Just for you.
Yeah, just for me.
I've done so much already.
That's fine.
Guess how many lives oh my god, I died again. What the hell?
Ooh, a solid 3.
I have 12. Okay, now we actually need to talk about something interesting for the video and not just your Sonic Unleashed problems.
No.
I died.
How? Yeah, actually, no, not how. I think you should get better at the game, honestly.
I'm amazing.
Yeah, but then you keep on dying, so, with one ring is crazy also.
This is how you play Sonic games, okay?
I know, I played them.
If you're not playing a boss fight with only one ring, then you're not really playing a boss fight in a Sonic game.
My boss fights are always on one ring.
What you would have thought about Fight Club because you already knew the twist that they were the same character.
I just watched the video, the movie.
The video.
I knew the twist, and that he was Tyler Durden. I don't really know what I thought the movie was. I didn't know what the movie was actually about though. I just kind of thought, oh, how is this guy? I feel like something is just obvious to tell who was in control. What was the other guy's name? Did he even have actually confirmed?
No, actually,
Yeah.
Most people just refer to him as the narrator.
So like the guy, he just most scenes I could just tell who was in control, who wasn't. Most scenes I couldn't really tell. Maybe he's just going so insane. I generally wasn't expecting it to end like the way it did, because when I first watched it, I kind of assumed he would just disappear after he realizes he's insane or something like that. It's such an interesting movie though, because like the beginning and the ending,
yeah,
is so completely different. It feels like to be like a just like dramatic, sad-ish, not like a weird psychological, not thriller, not a thriller, but like a weird psychological
journey.
Seeing the guy like break down in the end, trying to turn himself in, only to realize Tyler has already like related like so many people. It was so crazy seeing how there's like no way of him getting out, because he himself already knew what he himself would do without him knowing.
Narrator's apartment blows up, kind of just assume that it was Tyler, and he says that he blew up the apartment. The narrator looks shocked, and that's supposed to like make the audience think that that was a big plot twist. Because if the audience think that there's already been a plot twist, they're less likely to expect that another one will happen. Earlier, in quotation marks, plot twist not have existed, they would still have been expecting one, and maybe they would have caught on to it a little bit earlier. You already knew that they were the same person, so I just kind of felt like the only plot twist to be shocked by was the actual ending itself.
Like with all the talk about the bombing, I just kind of figured that, oh yeah, he probably just did it, obviously. The building is blowing up and just him just watching and just letting it happen. You'd think, oh, because Tyler was the antagonist, and well, he defeated Tyler, so now he can just go solve the bombings, obviously, right? I want to say gives up.
Yeah.
He doesn't really try and run, he doesn't really try and fight them or anything. I think it was more like he killed Tyler. He got the whole picture.
Yeah. He just kind of let go, I suppose.
Just
like Tyler was asking him to. And then he finally does, and it shows you what happens. So it's just like a warning against actually letting go.
It's just good. I really like the movie though.
I would call it a psychological thriller, and I said journey, and you were like, oh yeah, journey. Just wondering if knowing both of those plot twists had an impact on the way you experienced the film.
I think it did, yeah. I feel like it kind of lessened the impact of how the movie for me.
It was still a good movie, but it was almost like a deafened experience.
To me, it just kind of looked like because I knew he was crazy from the start, so to me, it just looked like this crazy guy. And then a crazy ending happened. But saying it like that makes it sound like I didn't like the movie. I probably will never rewatch it. It was really good. The big reveal, I would have liked it a whole lot more. Are you gonna play through the entire game?
I don't think you have ever gotten 12 lives authentically on a Sonic game.
Yeah, I have, actually. Several times.
When?
Last time.
How long ago was that?
At least more than a week ago.
Because my last time was 2 days ago when I did the Sonic 2 one.
Did you post that video?
We can watch it at the end, okay?
Oh, well, I don't want to do that.
The Sonic movies have a coat of Sonic paint on them. They have the events of what happens in those stories. But any specifics about how real Sonic stories work don't show up.
How do you die in Flying Battery Zone?
You die in Flying Battery Zone when you're a separate conversation and you're playing with controls you're not familiar with. And then when I asked you, how would you write a Sonic story? And you were like, oh, essentially all that really needs to happen is Sonic needs to be in it, he needs to go on an adventure, and he needs to face an obstacle.
I mean, I would say that, but that's not really it, because even in some games when they do that, I can't really describe it, but like a journey of some sort.
You say that about any movie?
No.
Yes. Describe to me a movie that doesn't have a journey. You barely sound like anything right now, by the way. You still can't understand why a game like Forces would be bad, despite another game like Sonic Adventure 2 would be good.
No, I know why. It's very static. Nothing really, because the characters aren't really doing much.
That's also a bit of a contradiction, because things are happening and are actively fighting in a war.
It's just boring.
You said you kind of want to, like, rethink the stories about, the Ultra Bounders. Like, what kind of caused that?
I went through the summary, and it not only did I realize that everything is just kind of put there, because most of the things that I made were just made, and there was like no care put into it. 80% of the thing either ripped from somewhere else completely, or like hastily copied from somewhere else.
Now, everything you've just described, say it about forces, and there's your answer.
Is it there?
There's a clear need for some sort of redirection with forces, and when you were looking at your stories, you thought, oh, there's something that needs to change. And you thought, why is that? My characters don't feel like they've come into their own. They feel like there are a bunch of ideas that I liked that I haven't completely made to myself, or they've been hastily copied. Say it about forces.
Oh, okay.
Think about in terms of if any movie has a problem, if any story has a problem.
It's important. I feel like the whole concept of Eggman actually taking over the world could have been interesting. It was kind of done in like a really boring way.
One of the original things that I couldn't imagine the rest of the Ultra Bounders actually had anything important to do with that story. And from then the Ultra Bounders perspective is just, oh, there's an alien coming? Thanks for warning us, Blorp. We're just going to zap him. There was no question that needed to be answered. Therefore, the characters could not be written to answer that question.
Because how can you imagine there was no real, fighting aliens because aliens are cool.
Yeah. Because if there's really any force that could overpower the Hypergoomers physically and send them back to where they came from, and they have to form friends with Blorp, and that's the only requirements they need to check for that original concept of a story, then it doesn't have to be an Ultra Bounders story. It's Blorp's story, and I feel like that's why I advocated for Blorp so much when you said that you were going to rainstorm him because he didn't have a design. Because I was like, really? Because he was the only character in the original version of that story that actually had any meaning to the story.
Actually, because the String Cheese comic has helped me characterize the Ultra Bounders in my head a lot more.
In the early Scratch era of telling stories, if I decided it was a good idea for Waterboy to do something in that episode, it was a good idea for him to do something in that episode. And I had this big idea that maybe I had create a definitive story for Waterboy. Same story that it is today. That was very hard for me to commit to, though, because before that, there was so many different possibilities of what Waterboy could be. Do you ever find trouble, creating the story for your characters?
I thought about that one a lot, actually. The proper, are you talking about, backstory, or, just, the story?
No, the story of the show. Just, the fact that once you tell the first episode, you only have episode 2, 3, 4, 5 to tell. You can't change episode 1.
There's never really been a concrete 100% story. So I never really thought about it like that.
Just sit down and write 120 pages of script until I was done. Just improv, no thinking about it, on the basic plot synopsis of Super Titans 1. And then at least I would have something to go off of. If I told you right now, just write the first episode of the show right now, just do it. And you just wrote 20 pages. Do I like this? I had to right now with the knowledge you know, not being entirely sure of all the details, had to write the script for the first episode. What would you do?
I could probably do it,
one sitting. You couldn't, one sitting, just, go.
I don't know about one sitting.
Logistics of every single line they say has to be pitch perfect, or I'm not going to be able to sleep at night when the movies are finally made.
No, if I'm doing line by line, so I think for most characters, I don't think I would. No, I probably would not be happy with it if I go line by line as well.
Everything we've talked about from Mushroom Hill to here is going to be 10 minutes. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So you get all the emeralds?
I haven't gotten all the emeralds, actually.
Yeah, think of that. Please get
Please give the what?
That's the Super Giant character.
Their characters come from the line by line stuff. Whether your characters are like personalities and you need to figure out their line by line stuff.
Right, okay.
There's no
I know
point
why.
to the character. You just like the design. She has nothing to add.
He is Electrical and Secret Man, Secret Love Child.
Supposed to be essentially.
Yeah. But speaking of world building, our worlds are a lot more disconnected.
My world, I feel like, can fit into your world. Because the town, and they don't go outside of that a lot. Whether you go like cosmic and you have a lot of places where they reside,
Yeah.
power sets, like I have the power rocks, and then you obviously have the other ones.
Those two things should be the same thing.
Is the world of Super Titans isn't as important as the story itself. If you tell me the lore of the way your rocks work, and then I can abide by that.
I could tell you, but like I'm rewriting everything.
It's kind of nice now that Pond Creep has been introduced into the Scratch Show. Like
It's actually so crazy how he wasn't.
That like both Aquafriend and Pond Creep were not in there. They were around when I was making this show. I just didn't put them in there.
Even Aquafriend is like even more crazy to me because I feel like you feel like he's the type of character that would have always been there.
Aquafriend and Waterboy dynamic plays out, and the voice of Aquafriend is so like a thing. Like when you hear this voice, it just kind of feels like interesting idea. I want to see what I would have done with Aquafriend in the Scratch Show during the classic episodes.
Yeah, it's like you would have gone so extreme with it back then if you had. Like, it's so crazy to me how he was never even mentioned. Like,
and to me, he existed in that universe. Like, even as I was making the Scratch Show.
Aquaman is such a weird character to me personally because, like, literally until like last year or the year before, when he gave him his like buff design, because I only saw his like I remember only seeing him one time drawn when we were like kids. And from then on, you just kind of talked about him until you started like appearing a lot more recently. That's like really the only time that I started actually seeing him and knowing him personally to a personal degree.
Knowing Aquafriend to a personal degree.
Yeah,
that's a crazy way to say that. Yeah, but I get it. All of the new additions to the Scratch Show also just kind of you can imagine them. Hey, Waterboy. You just know that's Techno Man.
Yeah.
It's not like they're actual characters, but you do kind of expect a form of consistency from them anyway.
Yeah.
It's.
I'm gonna write down the characters, my characters, and who they are, and not just their personality. I'm gonna write down.
I feel like. I swear I've told you to do that once, and you're like,
yeah. No, you told me to do the exact thing, actually.
Yeah, you have that file.
I can pull it up right now.
Didn't you, like...
I did.
We were on call. You started filling out that file a little bit.
I found the PDF right here.
Like, think of Electric Girl in this Scratch Show. She is a character who doesn't make any sense, because... let's face it. If your boyfriend dies, you're not going to get out a gun and start killing every one of your friends. She does, and that's because the only way you can explain Electric Girl is that she's almost a villain who plays as a hero because she likes Waterboy, but if Waterboy's in danger, she will...
Calling her a villain is so crazy to me.
Character who will so easily transition to the other side just if Waterboy is not there. No, if Waterboy is getting married to someone else, she will call Secret Man to call the Taliban.
She's kind of bad.
Everyone knows essentially that she's like not that she's crazy and she's not good in their head, and that she wouldn't be a good like person to be around. But they just kind of accept the fact that she's there because they know as long as they're nice to her, she's not going to do anything.
It's really they accept it, kind of ignore it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't really like punish her for anything. They just kind of ignore everyone. I want the string cheese comic because at first I want it to be like a really action heavy thing, but I really want it to be like more like a drama that they're fighting each other. Instead of
If you think of a talk scene like a fight scene, if you think of any regular dialogue piece like rising, fall, climax, tension, some sort of trick where they outsmart the villain and then they finally win, like a dialogue scene can be just as intense as an action scene, and I feel like The Dark Knight proves that really well. It's just a every single word they say is an attack, and you have to be precise with what they're saying if you want to get across that tension. I feel like next time we should have a list of movies to watch, and then we should find another game to play, and we just play it to the end while we talk about it.
Unleashed.
I cannot beat Unleashed in one sitting, okay?
Who's gonna have to be in one sitting?
I'm almost at the end of this, I think.
How long is it taking to play this? Doable. Like 3 hours? 4 hours? You can grind for the 2 endings.
I didn't get the true ending, but I beat the game still.
Oh, yeah.
Because then the video switches from me playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles to this, and then the thing just keeps going.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I've never remembered any of these, bro. Oh, my goodness. What's somebody do? I'm like, hold it.
Press it many times.
So I was doing that.
Press the button.
I'm pressing the button. I'm not doing the thing. It doesn't jump high enough. Okay, well, I guess I'm not getting that.
I get it every time. You just admit that it's a skill issue. You make it seem like it's such a big deal when I do it.
Yeah, because when you do it, it's a big deal issue. Get off the pole.
The bloom on that road is turned all the way up, man.
This is really just a button mash simulator, honestly. Like, there's not really much to do. Not much to it. I mean, there's combos, but like, I don't really care about that.
You see, you can't really make that criticism then, because you know that there's something that you can do, you're just choosing not to.
I don't really need to.
I mean, actually, that's fair. Peak gameplay.
You're not turn off this music.
No, you can't. Well, you probably could, but I hope you don't, because it's a banger.
Okay, but they're gonna just play every single time.
Yes. What are you doing?
Max resolution shadows, yes.
That's not gonna... Okay. If you're sure your laptop can handle it.
Oh, we can handle it. I know that for sure. Why did we get that? Like, what the hell?
You have to commentate, or else I won't have anything to cut to. Oh, very nice.
Hey, buddy. Okay, you give it a try then.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? Chaos Control.
Chaos Control. You remember that one time when we were like in unnamed public school? I was like, I can do a better Tails impression than you, and you were like, no, I can do a better Tails impression than you. And we went around and we like asked like people, hey, do you know Sonic? And some people were like, no. And we found someone who was like, yes.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, and then we found a guy, and then I was like, okay, so this is my Tails impression, and he listened to it, and he's listened to yours, and I was like, and you were like, so who's better? It's me, right? And he's like, no, that guy's better, and you were like, what? No.
I don't remember this at all. Like, it sounds like me. It sounds like me, though. I'm not going to deny what didn't happen. It sounds like me.
Isn't it crazy to think that we were in the same class at one point?
Yeah, but never again.
No, I remember... In the year...
What?
Oh, sorry. In the year that, like, in the end of year 4, I asked my teacher, because she said, you're allowed to pick someone from your grade it to be in your class next year so that we can put
Yeah, I
you with
remember.
your
I remember
friends.
doing that.
And I remember saying, can I pick someone who is in year 5 already? They're going to be in year 6 next year, but we're going to be in the same class anyway. And she said, no, you can't pick someone from that, even though we could have been in the same class. Because if we were allowed to do that, then we probably would have been in the same class.
It's still kind of stupid to me because we would have been in the same stage. Sonic the Hedgehog. No, stop. Oh, isn't this the boss that you couldn't beat as a kid? I have to help.
This game is such a good performance from Jason Griffith, the Sonic voice actor. Is this the game you couldn't beat as a kid? This level?
Hey. I don't! I pressed circle when it popped up! I think that was lag.
Except you turned your shadows to max.
Yeah. Wow, an A rank and S rank are absolutely unleashed in this guy.
That was a funny cut.
This is like a 2-second pause before cutting. Oh, it's just a bunch of quick time events. Yeah. How many people just dropped an unleashed porn on PC just on a random Monday?
People
No
do
advertising
like
or
a
nothing, just
lot
drop
of
one day.
Sonic.
Thank you, Sonic fans. This is really good.
They're listening, by the way. Don't lose a lot of health because there's a boss fight after this that you need help for.
No, I won't. You're simply doubting my latent potential, okay? Turn around. Oh,
Yeah.
who knows? Even I don't know.
Yeah.
Even I couldn't give you a fair answer.
You know who knows means that?
No. But usually when I say who knows, I know. Oh, I was not paying attention. I was zoning out completely. The way you're doubting my potential is actually insane.
I'm not doubting your potential, I'm doubting what you physically have.
All my potential has been fully realized, actually.
That's a little sad then.
You're just not watching my potential in action.
Your potential in
My
action
fully
has
realized
gotten you to
potential.
31% shield.
You're distracting me, actually.
Tondra, look over there.
What? Where? What's Lightyear? Entirely on you.
I only ever say that because I'm around.
Tyler, what the hell? Bro, you're like torturing me, actually.
You know what? If I could, for an entire day, just drop everything and just, like, be a tiny little version of me and ride around on your shoulder all day, and just the average day of the life of Tonderai, and critique you on everything you do and the way you live your life, I would.
Okay. That's like top 3 things he's ever said.
And it's been recorded too.
Thank God. There's like actual proof of this.
This isn't proof.
This is proof funny.
I'm not doing
Yeah.
anything. But I'm not doing anything.
You're doing plenty, bro.
You're wrong.
Well, I'm never wrong. What do they even mean, huh?
Well, if I was on your shoulder all day, I would surely be telling you that all the time.
You tiny man.
If you're calling me, then I don't need to be a tiny man to be on your shoulder. I can just be me on your shoulder.
Probably could, actually.
There's no way you could, like, loft me around all day in the average day of the life of Tonderai, and I'm just on your shoulder.
I am, Ron. I probably could.
Just remember when I was in the Dr. Chick suit and I said, can you lift me above your head and throw me as far as you can? And you said, I probably can't do that.
I could definitely throw you as far as I can.
I could definitely throw you as far as I can.
Can I throw you into the pool? I want to throw you into your pool. I was not paying attention.
I wasn't even talking for that portion of time.
So I was thinking, you're like,
See, that's what I would stop you doing. Be on your shoulder, and every time you space out, I'd just give you 3 little slaps on the cheek, and I'd go, hey. I'd say hey every time I slap you. I'd go, hey. And you'd go, what? Right. And I'd go, look, you're in maths class. And you'd go, oh, man, why would you remind me?
Yeah, God, skin you on the spot. Bro, I cannot keep up. 200% shield.
That's
200% shield. You know why? Why I doubled my shield. Why? What is that? What's that number? Letter? A. Crisp A. S. All angles, all perfect angles, bro.
Oh, that's an A. Can you say you say cow for me?
Ow. Yeah.
A hedgehog being taller than an old man is really funny. Since he's canonically not just an anthropomorphic hedgehog, he's canonically just a hedgehog.
What do these people eat then for meat? Does that imply that he like Sonic's hot dogs, chili dogs are like cannibalism?
He's not a pig.
I mean, but like, isn't like wait no okay because no yeah I was gonna say that isn't Sonic and Tails the same species but not really not anymore.
No.
Okay, but they're still eating people.
Did it just say you learned that there's something fishy in Missouri?
Yes, actually. Oh, we're back to Werehog. Oh man, I can attack the people. I can attack the people. Oh my god, I can attack the people. Puzzles.
Puzzles. And it's just a simple platforming. You know how when we went through all those like old scratch chats between us, and we kind of found out that when I was little, I was kind of a little bit of a mean person.
What? What you?
Like, do you remember those random comments from me that were like weirdly passive aggressive?
Yeah. You're still kind of like that in a way.
Yeah, I was thinking when I go back to edit this video, there's just gonna be so much me trashing on everything you're saying.
I don't want to go. It's always funny. People that want the smoke. You want to go? You want to go? Sonic hates the wildlife.
That's the complete opposite.
Oh yeah, then what was this? What was that footage? Wait, no, aren't you recording this?
Cause say I wasn't, we'd be missing out on all this proof.
Yeah, this hard evidence against you.
Like, I don't know, like, just somehow, like, in the future, when you inevitably take me to court because you've had enough, and you're just like, I have proof that Ryland Bright has always been like this, and you just show them this video, and you're like, I can't remember exactly where, you're just gonna have to watch all of it.
Oh my god. Oh wait, that's not me. I'm getting thrown around.
You previously, just didn't care about learning the combos, and now you're learning how cool the combos are, how, you can do actual moves.
It's so cool when you pull it up. I never remember any of these, bro. I'm mad.
Yeah, but it wasn't cool before.
Why was it? I don't know. It's just like
Is you can't be told to realize something. Like, if I tell you something, even if it's factual, it's not going to process in your brain until you realize it for yourself.
that always happens, but it's always so consistent as well.
But it's always between back and forth with us, because it's almost the opposite way. I tell you to do things, but you don't do them, and then you realize that you should have been doing them. Whether I'm doing things and you're telling me not to do them, and then I realize I should not have been doing them.
How do I?
You have to turn the thing.
Oh, I did not see this.
Hi, Thunder Eye.
What? What do you want? What do you want, huh?
What?
You creep.
Creep.
That's what a creep would say.
What would you say?
Embrace it. Embrace the truth. Unlike you, who actively pretends it isn't true.
What if I admit it? What would you do?
Then you'd be a creep. Obviously.
I kind of want you to give me an example of it, though. But also nothing from before 2 years ago, because then you'll have plenty of examples.
No. Oh, come on, please.
You have to pick it up and throw it.
Oh.
Imagine that happened in real life. You didn't know how to control your limbs, and you pick someone up and you start slamming them, and you're just like, no.
No, that didn't mean that, not bad. I have not done a single content. Are you serious? I've done these. Oh wait, that's gonna be an S.
Yeah, a high score, not a C.
Hey, those were S's.
Those C's are more than you get on your report cards.
Your grades, huh?
A's and B's, and I'm in the top class.
That doesn't make sense to me, because every single time I hear everything about school I hear from you doesn't sound like you should be. You say you missed an assessment for 2 months. A logical school just lets that go. Just lets that slide.
Because the ones I do are very good, Tonderai.
Oh yeah, right. Well, go. What are you doing, Sonic? That's so cool, honestly. Careful, Sonic. Sonic fans need to do what they did for Unleashed and do it for Sonic Heroes. PC port's so buggy.
That's just Heroes.
It is just Heroes. It literally just is like that. Get off the ball.
Do you think this is going to make a good video, or do you think this video is going to be kind of trash?
Cringe, yes.
I said trash.
Absolutely. We did this together as a kid. As kids, didn't we?
It feels weird when you say as a kid, because it doesn't feel that
Yeah,
long
I
ago.
was just thinking that just then. I don't know why I'm saying as kids. I never say that.
Because when you're a kid, you say, oh, when I was a kid, because you want to pretend like you're older. But when you're at this age, you kind of know that you're a kid. You're old enough to accept you're a kid, but also still be one.
Nothing here. There's nothing here. What was the point of this?
Imagine the secret was that you just had to walk through the door. Oh. Maybe you are supposed to lower the things, pull the box onto the things, lift them up, and then...
Oh, that's why there's a second box there, so I can...
Yeah, thank God for me.
I'm such a genius.
Here's how I edit this video.
You have footage, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't mean anything.
And that's not making it into the final cut.
Brother, oh, brother.
This is where I died. You have a lot left to kill.
What the hell? What the heck? Why?
You turning on and off all caps is pretty funny.
You can see that.
If you had to type something to someone in all caps, would you just click the button, or would you just hit shift while typing?
No, I do both sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes you'll do both? You can't do it at the same time. Like, sometimes you can do either, but like...
I do both.
You can't do both.
Yes, I can.
You can do either, but you can't do both.
Oh no, I do both all the time.
When?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? I feel like you don't know exactly what I'm saying, or you're just messing with me.
I'm not messing. I promise you. I use shift and caps lock same time. Sometimes. That is what you're asking me, right?
Yeah, but that wouldn't equate to anything.
You don't know that.
Oh my god!
You think because you press shift to like turn it off.
Yeah.
Caps lock on, you press shift.
But when you have caps lock on and then you press shift, it just goes to normal text.
What do you mean? Yes, you do.
Oh my god!
Because you have caps lock on.
Unless
You press shift.
Unless you're, like, trying to talk to me calmly with the normal letters and you have caps lock on and you're pressing shift at the exact same time to get lowercase, then yeah, use both at the same time. Both of them together don't work.
Yes, they do.
What? No. They cancel out.
Hey. No. Are you waiting?
I'm here.
I'm still alive. Oh.
What?
An update. The Riz.
You're not even good enough to be a slave in my empire? I don't want to be a slave in your empire.
Wrong. Yeah, you do. Not even that long. I won't take that long.
You say that, but you've never had to edit a video.
I mean, I have, like...
But not a 4-hour long one.
Yeah, that's true. It's not jumping. Oh, I have to look upwards, not this. Okay, to be fair, it's not even my fault, okay? How do I get out of here? They keep respawning. I'm trapped. I legitimately cannot kill them. I've killed them like 4 times.
Since the what?
How do I kill these guys if they just keep respawning?
I'm about to unleash!
Wait, was that you? Was that you?
That was me.
Who said about to unleash?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Was it actually?
Yes!
Oh, okay. Because I generally could not have tried to tell that was Sonic or not. Oh wait, they're not respawning. No way, please, bro. Please don't get die. Please. Oh, that's it. Oh. I missed
Dude,
that.
you're
No.
kind of bad at these.
I'm just going in circles. I'm going in circles, aren't I?
Yeah, because you keep missing the thing.
What's the max levels?
I don't know. Maybe like 10.
Wait, 10? Yeah, probably 10. Boy, this cutscene looks so good.
They're just replaying the cutscene because they rendered it so well.
Like, hey, you like that cutscene? We'll look at it again.
Tonderai, give me a song to remix.
Remix Sweet Mountain.
Sweet Mountain. That's gonna take so long. Oh, I should get excited. I'm having pesto pasta for dinner. My favorite dinner.
Wow, what a nerd. What a nerd loser. I have spaghetti.
It's pesto. What are you having for dinner? Alright, you're not. I banned you.
Come on, please, bro. Can I please have dinner? Just one night.
You can have as much breakfast as you want, but you are not allowed to have dinner. I swear.
Please, bro. Do it.
No, like, I physically cannot. Like, I could try, but it would sound terrible.
Don't doubt yourself, Ryan. Love yourself. Don't doubt your skill ever. Believe in yourself.
This is gonna sound like an insult, but hearing those words out of your mouths just feel wrong.
Bro, I'm doing so much damage now. My god. Nerd.
Have you been carrying the stream, or have you not talked and I'm gonna have to cut all this out?
Oh, I wasn't talking, no.
Where's the stream?
I got bored.
Something. Got sent a video.